I think it's putting me. Yes, I'm live right now. So hopefully everybody. Yeah, so I'm back. I'm just streaming on YouTube instead of Google Hangouts.
Okay.
So hopefully people will see that I'm live. Hopefully I'll get back on here.
I'll jump on the last live stream and tell everyone that you're back on again.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Hey, M Life Kids and Videos. Okay, so we're getting back on here.
Okay.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, I am back here on HSFL Paranormal. Welcome back, you guys. I had to go set this up a different way. My computer just totally glitched out, so it was a technical difficulty, you guys. This is part 2. If you guys have already, please smash that like button again. I'm so sorry this happened. So I'm gonna have to just have people call into that number right there. If you guys want to share your scariest paranormal story, it was a total accident. My computer just glitched out. I don't know why, and but I am back now here. So hopefully, guys, come back. Thank you guys so much. I am back here live. Please make sure you tweet this out and share that I'm back on. I am sorry, you guys. This is part 2 of let's hear your paranormal stories. So please make sure you let everybody know that I am back. Hey Fee, welcome back. Thank you so much. Unearthly Wanderings, what is going on? Good to see you. All right. Oh, cool. Fee just posted a new video. That's awesome. So I am back live. So guys, if you want to share your scariest paranormal stories, please call that number and you can come up here on panel and share your paranormal stories. I am back. Thank you so much for sharing that, Unearthly Wanderings. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. I really don't know what happened. My computer just crashed out, but I am back now. So, yeah. Lady of the Lake Fork, I love you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys. Kim Fitzgerald, Rock Fam. I'll watch it after John is finished. Okay, cool, awesome. Let's see. Hopefully, we get the almost 30 people that were here the last time. That would be awesome. Please re-smash that like button, you guys. I'm so sorry. I truly am. I did not mean to cut you guys off. Come on, guys. The number was calling off the phone when I was doing the test. I know you guys want to come up and share your scary stories. And I lost a subscriber. Oh well. Guys, I am back. Wasn't ignoring you. I wasn't trying to do anything. It just quit the stream and I don't know why. Thank you for the 16 people who came back. I do appreciate all of your love and support. I am back live. Did everybody get the notification? Did everything work properly? All right. Thank you guys so much. All right, we are back live. Okay, got it. No notification. Okay. Fee, you might have to unsubscribe and resubscribe and hit the bell notification again. You should be getting it if the bell's rung. You can share mine. I sent it on Facebook. I'm headed for the building for work soon. Okay, gotcha. Native, where did you send that scary story? Facebook or Twitter or what? I got the second notification, but I don't know about the first. Oh, okay. Road Trains. Aussie Tiger Rock Fam. All right. So there's the phone number. If you guys want to call in, please don't hesitate to do so. I want to hear your scariest paranormal stories. Oh, no problem. It's fine, Fee. We have 19 people back watching. I do appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know what happened. That really kind of freaked me out. Welcome everybody who's back. Yes, I gotta tell Sharpshooter I'm back. Okay. Let's see, 20 people back on. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Much love and light here. Okay, let me get back here. Thank you. Guys, please make sure you smash that like button. Welcome everybody back. I know you have to smash that like button again. I do apologize. Anthony Husha, what is going on, bro? Hey, James Cox, what is going on? Good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. Thank you so much, you guys. All right. So, got a lot of people here in the chat. I'm doing good, James Cox. I'm just resetting my live stream because 30 minutes in, I shut it off. So that was a kind of a pain. Budget Outdoors and Survival. I got the second part of my shelter open and find a couple of good spots. Can't wait to build. Nice. That's going to be awesome there, Budget Outdoors. So, guys, if you have a scary paranormal story or a paranormal encounter or you're part of a paranormal team, please don't hesitate to call that number. Yeah, I won't lag again. I don't think so. I resetted the thing real quick, so I don't think I'm gonna have any issues anymore. I'm just not gonna be able to show anything on the screen this way, so I'm gonna have to just deal with that. Okay. Lou Rock, did you make it back? I retweeted you, bud. Okay. Let's see here. Hey, Ira Z, what's going on? Good to see you. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, James Cox. I really do. Thank you, buddy. Let's see here. I gotta do some retweeting here if people. All right, retweet. Yeah, so I'm just going back and retweeting people who had tagged me on Twitter, that my Facebook, that I'm back. Sorry, actually, this was actually the wrong one. Okay. So yeah, I'm back here. I'm still streaming. Thank you guys, everybody who came back. I really appreciate it. Much love and light to everybody here. Okay, so if anybody wants to call into my show to talk about their scariest paranormal stories, there's my number. Please don't hesitate to call it and share your story with me. That will be awesome. I can't wait. All right, we have 23 people in the house, 19 thumbs up, guys. Please make sure you smash that like button. Really help me support my channel. That would mean the world to me, guys. I'm really sorry that my stream closed. I really did not intentionally mean for that to happen. I hope nobody is upset. I was trying to get back as soon as I humanly possibly could. It was just as annoying to me as it was to you guys. Okay, so let me see here. What is going on, Irazi? Yo, Instagram. Okay, so we do have a caller from Clearwater, Florida.
Call from
James.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, welcome James to the show. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you, James?
I'm good. I want to tell you about one of my experiences when I was about 11, 12 years old.
Okay.
So a new kid moved into the neighborhood, right? And he was about 3, 4 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I started hanging out with him. And on this particular day, he says, hey, you want to come back to my house and, we can hang out there? And I'm like, sure. So we go back. And he says, do you like music and stuff? I've got a guitar upstairs. And I've got I've got some records. This is when vinyl, was before CDs and stuff like that. And I said, sure. So we go up there and I play music, and he pulls out his guitar and he starts playing. And I say, hey, I got to use the restroom. He says, it's across the hall. So I open the door, and as I walk across the restroom, there's a door to my right, which is a bedroom, and then there's another door. And as I look in this bedroom, as I run into the bathroom, there's a woman sat in the corner of the bed. The door's open to this bedroom, and she's in a nightgown. sat in the corner of the bed, and I go, hi, and she never waves back or anything like that.
How
She's
strange.
looking straight at me. And I go into the bathroom, and, I come out, and when I look into the bedroom, the woman's still there, and I come in, and I close the bedroom door behind me, and I say, hey, there's a woman in the bedroom, across the hallway there. And he's like, no, there's not. And I'm like, yeah, there is. And I explained what she had on, and she had this black dressing gown on.
Wow.
With purple flowers. I explained it, and he started crying. And I'm like, this guy's like, something like 11, 12. This guy's about 14, 15. And he's crying. I'm like, what's wrong, man? He's like, no, nothing. That's you, like. And I'm like, yeah, she had like grayish blondish hair, and she's just looking straight at me. And he's crying. I'm like, are you all right? And he's like, yeah. Anyway, it took like about 5-10 minutes for him to come around, and he says, I think we better go outside. I think you better go home. And I'm like, okay. So we go downstairs, and we'll go downstairs, and it's all open plan downstairs in the house. We go into the kitchen, and he said, all right, he says, thanks for hanging out with me, man. I said, but one thing before you go. And I don't know if you've ever seen these Perspex cubes, right? Six-sided, like a die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You put photographs in them?
Yes.
There's one on the counter in the kitchen, right? And he picks it up. And he says, is there anybody on here? And you could see that he's still worried in his face. His face is all red and everything. He says, is there anybody in here that you saw? And I looked at this cube, and there's a picture of a guy with a younger sibling, like, and then there's a picture of a guy with this guy that I was with, and his younger sibling. There's a picture of a guy with another guy that's older than him and a younger sibling. And as I turned the cube, where the cube was like on the base of it was touching the counter, and I turn it around, there's a woman. And I'm like, yeah, this woman here, that's who I saw in the bedroom. Who's this? And he's like, you can't have seen her. And I'm like, dude, that is who I saw in the bedroom. And this guy was like new to me. I'd never seen, I'd only hung out for him a week. It was his mother, apparently, and she died. And she died in that bedroom, giving birth to his brother.
Jeez.
3 years ago.
Wow.
And he's like, no, you cannot. When I explained to him as I was explaining to him what I saw and what she was wearing and everything, that was exact, and that's why I was crying.
Wow.
And he had to question me when that was the cube that, I don't know why it was facing down, but the picture facing down on the cabinet was his mother. She wasn't wearing the dressing gown that I saw her sat in the bed on, because obviously she died in that dressing gown. But that was the woman. I said, yeah, that woman there, that's her who I saw in the bedroom upstairs. He's like, no, you can't. And I'm like, I'm telling him, that's who I saw. And he's like, you cannot have seen her. She's dead. She died like 3 years ago.
Wow. That is an amazing story. Wow. That would definitely, to somebody who's like not accepting of like paranormal as most people are, that's pretty horrifying to experience that kind of thing.
I'm a little bit wary about, the dead, the paranormal, and all this stuff. But I'm telling you, firsthand experience, I've seen things, and, until somebody else is asking you for clarification like this, I'm like 11, 12 years old, this guy, I'm like, why would I see that? How would I know? I'd never even seen this woman before. There was no other photographs anywhere in the house other than this cube, and this cube was facing down. And when he handed it to me straight up the counter, and I looked at it, and I looked at all the sides that were facing me, and the top one, And when I turned it and I saw the woman underneath, I'm like, that's her. So,
wow.
but it's not just that. I have seen other things too that I just can't explain. I don't know if that was my mind playing tricks. I know for a fact that wasn't my mind playing tricks.
Right.
But I've seen other things. The place that I used to live, there's an old monastery back from way back, and I've seen things like moving around down there when I've gone down there. Not just late at night, but during the day. And I thought, it's just my imagination. I know for a fact that this, though, was not my imagination. I know what I saw. I saw a woman on the bed when I was going to the bathroom, which then, makes me question this whole situation about the paranormal and stuff like that.
Right. Wow, that's an incredible story. So you live I saw that you lived in Florida.
I've lived in Florida, but I'm originally from England. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
From UK. I moved to Florida in 2002.
Oh, how awesome. You still live in Florida now?
No, I live up in the North Carolina in Chapel Hill.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's funny because I was actually I lived in Wilmington for a few years. I loved it out there.
Okay, yeah, big film place.
Yeah, very big film. Well, not as much as it used to be, but they filmed a bunch of shows like Dawson's Creek, Iron Man 3, they filmed there. One Tree Hill, they filmed there. It's an amazing place, but I just couldn't stand the hurricanes anymore. I was just like, I have to deal with one more of these.
There's a big film school out there.
Yes.
People press me. So James, you need to go to film school. I'm like, no, I think there's enough information on the internet to figure out how to film things, different angles, different stuff with different film editing software and stuff like that. I really don't think that anybody now, with the amount of stuff that's out there on the internet, needs to go to film school. I think that at the end of the day, film promoters, and I think that's what it is. It's people that have the name, that have the money, that are actually looking for people with certain creativity, like Pony Smasher, Lights Out. I don't know if you saw Lights Out.
I've never seen that movie.
Lights Out. If you go on YouTube and type in Lights Out, this guy is from Finland or Norway or somewhere Norway, Finland, or Scandinavia, around that area.
Yeah.
And basically, he makes a short film called Lights Out, and it's his wife or his girlfriend, partner, anyway, I'll call it that, going to bed at night. When she turns the lights on, she looks over her shoulder. There's a figure. You just see the silhouette. It's a dark shadow with like cigarette eyes, burning eyes, looking at her. When she turns the lights back on, it's gone. When she gets in bed and she turns the lights on, she pulls the covers over her head. These eyes are there, piercing eyes looking at her. So Hollywood decided that they were going to take this guy because they liked the idea of this, and they moved him to Los Angeles. They paid for everything. They moved him there, and they said, you're directing a film, and they made a film called Lights Out,
Wow.
and it's all based off that little short film, that YouTube movie, and since he's made Annabelle and another one. So it's a great story of the fact that, if your creativity can shine through and somebody catches it, from Hollywood, you never know where you are going. People are watching. People are watching.
And you guys can actually, if you ever visit North Carolina, and I lived not too far, I actually lived in Pender County in the Hampstead area near Topsail. I'm sure if you know where, if you're in Chapel Hill, you know about Topsail Island. But in Topsail, just north of Topsail, is actually the house where they filmed the movie The Conjuring. It's in a little town called Curry, North Carolina. It's in northern Pender County, and it is inexplicably haunted. Like, the movie, it's not quite on the evil level as they portrayed it in the movie. And that house was actually not the real Conjuring house, but it's where they filmed the movie The Conjuring. And it's I mean, it is creepy. I was in there for like maybe 30 minutes doing a tour, and we were hearing footsteps. I mean, it's just creepy. And then the backdrop, they live on the back of this river called the Black River. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Conjuring with that tree where the witch is hanging. That was the only fake part of that house. Oh, really? You've never seen that? That house gives me the creeps.
The Blair Witch Project, and then
Blair Witch is
good number of other movies. Wasn't all that like filmed, you know, in this state? Something. There's a whole lot of.
Oh yeah.
There's one movie that is never to be made. That's never been made, and I want to make it. And if anybody else paranormal or you know whatever, and it's not too far away from where I live, wants to get in contact with me, and if we can raise the money, it's to make an awesome movie. It's an urban legend or whatever, but people have been there, and stuff apparently has happened to them.
And which area is this? Is this in like Holly Springs, or is this like actually in Chapel Hill?
It's not too far from where I live. It's probably within like a 30-minute drive from where I live.
So is that like the Durham area?
Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Durham is the area, but it's not actually in the city. It's further out into the sticks.
Oh, gotcha.
That's where I live, on the sticks. But this particular place is well known. It's been featured on many TV shows, and people have talked about it, but nobody has ever made a movie about it, and it would be epic to make a movie, you know, about this, about some of the stories. And if you really want to know about it, I have a video on my YouTube channel. I shot a short. It's not even 5 minutes long. And I pull up there, and I'll give you a clue. In the title is the word devil.
Wow.
And tramping ground. Tramping, T-R-A-M-P, tramping ground. Devil tramping ground. So go check that out.
I'll definitely make sure I check that out.
You're going to look this up, and I'm actually talking to somebody about this, and apparently, you know, there's my short that I made on it, and then there's another part of me talking to somebody that actually I filmed later on, came and, you know, had a conversation with. And this is definitely something that a movie needs to be made about, because, you know, this goes way, way back. People have been there, and, you know, stuff's happened to them. And it's because the devil can't dance in this area, so he makes it happen.
Wow, I'll definitely make sure I check that out, dude. Because North Carolina is actually what got me into the paranormal. I had when I first moved.
What state are you in?
Huh?
What state are you in now?
I'm in California.
Oh, okay.
I got into the paranormal because when I first moved there, at the end of our street was an old Civil War cemetery that was actually an all-black cemetery. It was actually a segregated cemetery. One half of it was on one side of the street, and the other half was the white side that was on the other side of the street. And it was just creepy. And every single time I walked down to the end of the street to like just go smoke, I saw something. And I was just like, I cannot believe this. And like, I just kept to like every night I would go down just to see if I could see it. And every night it was like clockwork. Around like 8 to 12 o'clock at night, there would be like this blue haze walking across the cemetery over in the background. North Carolina is full of ghosts from the Civil and Revolutionary War. And it's just, I mean, it's crazy. There's so many battlegrounds in southeastern North Carolina and all over. Actually, Raleigh was actually the place that Lee and Grant had met at before they went to Appomattox Courthouse to sign the Appomattox Treaty to end the Civil War. They actually landed in Raleigh before they went there. I mean, North Carolina is full of history.
There's a lot of places. There's a place called Ender's Iron Forge, and this is a place, this huge forge that from the deep river they would get the iron ore, and they would get the iron ore and they'd carry it the bank in to this forge so they could melt it to make like shot for muskets or the big cannonballs for cannons and stuff like that. So you're right. Around this area, there's a lot of places where there's a lot of stuff that.
Oh yeah, we used to find musket balls all over our neighborhood, and constantly with the metal detector. I used to just go out near the cemetery just to clean up the trash and dead flowers and stuff that people would leave just out of niceness, because I love cemeteries and I like making sure the dead are remembered and also like talked to. And I used to like kind of start getting into the paranormal investigations there, so I'd be like taking the broom off on my days off and cleaning the cemetery, making sure it looked all nice. And there were some moments where it was just I mean, there were some like moments where you would hit those cold spots, like something was there watching you. We heard crying at the end. It sounded like a grown man crying in pain is what it sounded like. And actually the house across next to the cemetery was actually a Civil War hospital at one point. So
there's a lot of stuff.
It was very, very haunted neighborhood. But, well, hey, James Cox, I do want to bring some more people up here. So I really appreciate our conversation. I'd love to have you on again and talk about this again.
No problem. Check out my channel, the Devil's Tramping Ground.
Okay, I'll definitely look that up.
Yeah, it's definitely something that people should look into because, it's crazy. Have a good night. Thanks for having me on. I greatly appreciate it. You have a great day.
Absolutely. You too, sir. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, guys, that was James Cox. He just was on with me. Hold on just a second. Hey, Francis Spirits and Blogs. How's it going, my friend? I hope you're having a good evening so far. Let's see here. 27 people watching right now. Okay, we got another caller from Anderson, California.
All from Cynthia. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
We got Cynthia on the phone. Hello?
Hey, John.
Hey.
This is Cynthia from your chat.
Oh, hey.
And let me tell you, kid, I've been following you, and you're going up in your scores. Let me tell you.
Thank you so much.
I really dig your channel, dude. I really do.
I'm so glad
anyway,
you like it.
So I'm supposed to tell you some stories, and I got 2 to tell you.
Ooh, 2.
Okay, and they're quick. They won't be past 10 minutes. So, the first one, I was laying in bed, and we're from a very old Irish family, and it passes down, and usually to the firstborn women in the family, we have what we consider premonition. And what's weird is you had a girl on, I can't remember her name, but she was doing readings.
That was probably M.
Yes, that's her.
Mm-hmm.
And she did a reading, and the card that came up was premonition. So I thought that was right on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I'm laying in bed, and all of a sudden I have this horrid dream.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about my son. And my son is 30 years old. At the time, he was 25. But the dream was him being quite a small child, and he was screaming for me. And I couldn't find him. I searched for him and searched for him, and he was screaming. Now, if there's any mothers out there, they know the horror that goes through you when you can't find your screaming child.
Mm-hmm.
And it got so bad that I woke up into sweat.
Wow.
Well, of course I cried, and I just didn't go back to sleep. Well, I think it was 8 to 10 hours later, I get a call, and it's from a buddy of my son's in Iraq. And he told me that my son was hit by an IED at the exact same time I woke up.
Oh my God, I remember you sharing this story with me. That was so heartbreaking to hear, because I had 2 friends. One didn't make it. The other one, he's suffering with permanent injuries from the IEDs. And yeah, it's just, I remember you telling this. So go ahead, keep sharing it. I just took a moment to like,
no, that's cool. Yeah, so, hey, Sharpshooter, I see you in the house.
Hey, Sharpshooter, welcome.
Anyway, so the second one, and when I talked to my son about it, he was fine, by the way. My son was fine.
That's
shrapnel, but fine. Yeah, of course. God bless. And so when I talked to my son, he said to me, I told him the dream I had. And I said, what were you thinking? Because the thing that goes through their minds, first of all, is they start screaming Charlie Mike, which means continue mission.
Right.
Because they could still go. But the second thing he was doing is he was thinking of me, and all I could think of is I got to get home to Mom.
Wow.
Yeah, that was freaky when he said that to me. So, okay, so the next one is I'm a child, and I'm a native California. I've lived here all my life.
Heck yeah.
And I'm a Marin Countyite, and a Sonoma County person that moved up here to Redding.
Oh my God, my meter just went off.
What does that mean?
I'm pretty sure you're well aware my house is haunted, or it used to be. Oh, and my meter.
Your EMF went off?
Yeah, my EMF meter's
there
going
it goes
off.
Again.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So I wonder why it's going off. That's crazy. There's nothing near it.
No, but whoever she was playing with your blinds that one time.
Oh, yeah.
She really dug you that day.
Oh, yeah. You were the one who noticed that one.
Yeah, I know.
A long time ago.
What was she doing with the blinds?
Yeah, so something, and I don't think it was Janet, the spirit who normally is here, who likes to play with my meter and communicate with me. I think that was the evil spirits that were in my house from one of my travels. But literally, it was pulling my blinds and then letting them go. And that was just wild.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I thought maybe somebody had commented in your comments down, so I scrolled down. He had noticed it.
Oh, I know.
I go, what the fuck, over? You know?
Right? It was. So
I thought that was funny. So I was kind of impressed that I brought that little thing to your show, you know?
Absolutely.
But, so I thought that was cool. Anyway, so I've been following you ever since, like your 4th show or something, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've been following ever since.
That's awesome. That's what I like to hear.
So my final story is this. I was about 5, and we watched this old, when I was a little girl, there was black and white, and we watched this show called Thriller. Well, my grandmother, would say, always make me go to bed because it was a horror thing, and she loved horror. And I did too. So I would creep in, and I'd stay in the kitchen, but I'd watch it I'd sneak under her sewing machine and watch it there.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, of course, it was a horrible one, and I started to cry, and my grandfather brought me into their room, and they had twin beds, that was the thing back then. And so they all tucked us into one of their beds. And as I was laying there, I just remember trying to get to sleep, And you know when you're laying in a room and it's black, but something even blacker is in the corner? I mean, you can actually see it blacker in the room. Have you ever done that, seen that? Where it's an actual moving object. And it was, I don't know what it was, but it was in the corner and it was moving. And I don't have my old 60-year-old eyes. I had my 5-year-old eyes, and I was watching this thing crawl down this wall, and it went into the closet, and I remember tucking my feet under real quick because they were outside of the covers, and I pulled them close and got it close into my grandparents or my grandfather, because I was sleeping with him. He had the best covers, and it disappeared. And it never came back, but it was this really, I mean, it was so jet black. It was darker than the dark. Wow. And I don't know what it was. And all I know is that to this day, I can't sleep with my feet out of the covers.
Yeah, that I bet. Oh, that would freak me out. Guys, we have like almost 30 people here in the chat. Please make sure you guys smash that like button. That would be a huge thing for me tonight. I'd like to try to get my like 50 likes back on this video. That would be awesome. Yeah, seriously, I would probably keep my feet covered too in that case.
Yeah, that kind of freaks me. I'm 60, and it still freaks me the fuck out. So,
oh, I'm sure. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, kid, I think you're great, and I like your whole channel. You got really nice people in your chat.
Yes.
Shooter Cynthia Downs. I'm saying hi to you. Yay!
Yeah, he's posting your link. Guys, please go support Cynthia Downs.
Okay, well, you don't have to post my link. Anyway, so I just had to say hi and give you my 2 cents.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing that story. That is, I mean, those are actually 2 stories there. That was absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. I'd love to have you on again.
Oh, well, bless your heart, honey.
Absolutely. Is that like the good Southern way of saying it, or is that the California way of saying it?
Well, no, and bless your heart means, you're a sweet kid, and, really
thank
means
you.
that, bless your heart.
Well, in North Carolina, it means
if
like...
If you're in England and they said, oh, bless,
yeah.
you're a little retarded there, dude.
Well, see, in North Carolina and, like, South Carolina, like, that just means, like, you're an idiot. Well, actually, it has so many different meanings for whoever says it in whatever context they're putting in it. So they're like, oh, bless their heart. Maybe, I mean, who knows how many different meanings.
Badly,
oh, yeah.
Wanted to. Well,
they're like, oh, bless their heart.
Yeah, my grandmother was from the Arkansas, but she was also, that was on my father's side, but on my mom's side, they would say, which is Irish, they would say, oh, bless, meaning, he's not all there.
That is hilarious.
All right, kid. Well, I'll see you later.
Thank you so much. Let's see here. Thank you, Cynthia. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, that call has now ended. I hope you guys enjoyed that story from Cynthia Downs. If you guys want to call in, please don't hesitate to ask. And the call line is open. My house isn't that old. It's like a 10-year-old house, 15. Hope you guys are enjoying this live stream so far, you guys. All right, so there it is, guys. Yeah, I'm getting messages. Yes. No, I do not do spirit boxes in my house anymore. No. just because of the evil stuff that happened to me last time I had a spirit box in my house. Let's see here. Yeah, I did stop. I had a demonic attachment to me in my house, and I had to quit using the spirit box in my house. But my old spirit box videos were really good. A lot of evidence. Yeah. All right, we got one call from Hilo, Hawaii.
Call from
IRAZ.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, we have IRAZ on the chat. How's it going?
All right.
Welcome to the channel, man.
I'm from Hawaii. How you doing, man? You're doing great. I really loving your channel.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm really loving your channel.
Awesome, man. I'm so glad you like the channel. Yeah, I started doing this call-in thing about, oh gosh, that was like, I think 2 weeks ago, and it's been really taken off with people wanting to come up and share their paranormal stories. So what story do you have, my friend?
Well, I don't have a story. I just wanted to say you're doing a great job,
Awesome.
and I really loving it.
All right, well, thank you
just
so
wanted
much.
to say aloha to everybody in the world.
Aloha.
Yeah, from Hawaii.
Awesome. And you're in Hilo?
Yeah.
Nice. Sorry, I'm completely Hawaii illiterate, and my meter just went off again. I'm totally illiterate on Hawaii. Which island is that on? Is that the Big Island?
Big Island.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big island.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much.
One day you might come here.
Yeah, exactly. I actually plan to make it to Hawaii one day. Definitely. Hawaii's definitely on my list because I love volcanoes. That's one of my favorite things is like going to volcanoes and checking them out. I'm gonna try.
We had a lot of lava.
Yeah, I heard you guys did from Kilauea was going off pretty strong, and those videos were absolutely mind-blowing. Mother Nature.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. The Truth Seeker said, do you have any ghost stories from Hawaii?
I only have fireball stories.
You have what?
Fireballs.
Fireballs?
Yeah,
wow.
If you see a fireball, you better walk the other way.
Is that like a Hawaiian urban myth and legend?
Yep. When you hear like pounding drums and everything, you better step off the bat.
Oh man, jeez, that sounds really scary. And that happens on the Big Island. And what is it, like an evil spirit?
Well, that's what Hawaiians think. I'm a Hawaiian.
Gotcha.
Born and raised.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you have to watch out.
Definitely.
So
I'll definitely watch out if I'm in Hawaii for a fireball. That sounds pretty scary.
You do not take home rocks from Big Island like lava rocks and take it off.
That is a big no-no.
Because, they build all the rocks back to Hawaii.
Like people come back, people like will actually fly back with the lava rocks to drop them back off to just get rid of the bad luck that it caused.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People mailed lava rocks back to our post office, and now the post office is filled with lava rocks, and we have to put it back on land, and we have to bless the rocks.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I wanted to say. Please
awesome.
Do not, if you come to Hawaii, do not take home lava rocks.
I hear you, man. I promise I won't. But I do want to get some amazing 4K footage of the lava. Like I'm I'm a science guy, and that's why I love the paranormal, because it's a science, and so is like all the other stuff I study. I'm constantly studying. That's like my way of gaining knowledge. My two biggest things are the weather. Well, three things: weather, paranormal, and like natural geographical like I guess like geology, volcanology, seismology, stuff like that. I'm super into the sciences.
Well, I wouldn't say it's scary, but it's
Definitely, my friend. Well, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
no, that's all I wanted to say. Please, people, do not take home Lava Rock.
Absolutely. Ghosts of Hawaii.
Okay, bye, my friend.
All right, see ya. Thank you so much for coming on.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
All right, thank you so much. Take care, sir.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, guys, that was Ira Z. So, guys, please make sure you smash that like button. All right. I put it. Hey, Creators Alliance, what is going on, guys? Please, if you want to come and share your paranormal stories, call that number. The thing he was talking about can kill. Huh. Wow. So is it like a demonic presence, I wonder? Yeah, maybe Ghost of Hawaii knows. Hey, what's going on, Ghost of Hawaii? How's it going, my friend? Yes, if you want to share your spooky story, or if you're a paranormal person or have a team, please call into that number and we can definitely talk about your scariest paranormal stories. My meter's been going off tonight, and I don't know why, because nothing's around it that's going to cause that interference. The computer's far away from it. The cameras doesn't really sense it off. My phone's too far away. Oh, sorry about that. I did yawn again, sharpshooter. Sorry about that. Mother Nature, why don't you call in and come up and share your story? Come on, guys. Come and share your stories. It's a open panel. Open call in. Hey, Irish train guy, what's going on? You would have a spirit. You could have a spirit with you in your room. Oh yeah, I definitely do have a spirit in my room. My house is haunted. Just for those who are not aware of my channel. Me too. I don't really have any stories. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately, I did not set it up as a panel, so I can't have people on like this. But maybe we can do like a joint thing, Mother Nature, where I could come on your panel and talk about the paranormal stuff and some of the other stuff, and then you can come on my panel and we could do scary. We could do the card readings. I really wanted to set it up as a panel tonight for those people who wanted to come up to do that, like teams, so we could have multiple paranormal people answering questions. So I'll definitely have it. I'll definitely have it set up like that next time. I could talk about. Let's see. I could talk about the kids that played at night, but I'm unable to call. Oh, gotcha. No problem. Thank you for the 32 people watching right now. Holy smokes, you guys. I'm blown away by that. Thank you. All right. So, other ones already got a pretty good grip of views. All right, here. Uh-oh, we got a no caller ID here.
Call from.
Oh.
Accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, is this Ghost of Hawaii?
How'd you know that?
Because it said Obaki, so I was like, it's Ghost of Hawaii. What's going on? Awesome.
Yeah, it's me.
Yes, guys, we have Ghost of Hawaii Obaki Hunter, right? Did I get that name right?
Yeah, you're on point with that.
Awesome. So you're a paranormal investigator, you're an ITC researcher, and you got a bunch of creepy dolls. My favorite type of paranormal, what is it called? Like the attachment. What's that word?
Spirit attachment.
Yeah, it's like a spirit attachment. Yeah, like a conduit is the word I was trying to think of. But yeah, definitely share your story, man. I have never had you on here before. I definitely want. Yeah, Cynthia knows my favorite is dolls. Yes, no, it isn't. But no, go.
Honestly, we can talk about anything you want. Let's do it this way.
Okay.
Name a subject, and I'll give you my opinion about it. Whether it be dolls or whatever, we can start with that if you like.
Actually, I want to ask you, where's the scariest place in Hawaii you've ever visited?
You know, it's like when I do interviews, because I've done it for several different shows. And I used to host a show as well. And I was also someone that did interviews. I always tell people when you talk about Hawaii, when you look at everything that has to do with Hawaii, there's really, it's hard to find a place that's not haunted. And the reason for that is our island, like say where I live at, on this island, it's so small. But the history and everything else that is connected to that, and the amount of types of history that's connected to it, along with burial sites and everything else, which is all over the place. It's hard to really determine, but for myself, I gravitate to places that have a lot of activity. Mm-hmm. And some of them I will visit over and over again just to see what I call, what is the story within a ghost story. That's where I come from with all of this. This is my side of looking at it. Because we can always hear a story about a phantom hitchhiker or something like that. But how much of that is actually going on, or is there something else going on? And from the work that I've done in this field, I found out that there's so much more going on than the original story itself. And so it's good to learn about that, translate it into a message, and then share it with everybody so that, you know, we all kind of find this way of growing together, not just with individual experiences. And that's where I feel, just to let you know, that where the paranormal community becomes very, very important. It's good to have individual ideas and perception, but when we get that common ground going, that's when we really start to move in a certain direction. And
absolutely,
that's my part in all of this. Yeah.
And basically, like, as you're well aware of, paranormal, we become like the most underdog of scientists out there, trying to uncover something that is so uncomfortable of a topic for most people to comprehend. And that's why I think it's so important that we exist. But we are the most shit on scientists there is out there. And it's unfortunate because we are actually getting evidence. We are actually getting stuff that proves that there is life after death. And it's mentioned in the Bible like 53 times that there's life after death. But yet you have so many people that are still in denial, that are there, they want to deny it, but they know that it's real. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's very, very, very true. I honestly believe that we are entering this event horizon where there's either going to be a spiritual awakening or we're going to shut things off. Right. And it's a very interesting balancing act because when we do go out and we do investigate, we have to be extremely careful. We're probably the most careful people out there, probably in the world. We are. We have to make sure that what we do is something that, again, not only translates into a message, but we have to watch our own backs.
Oh,
we
yeah.
really do. And the one thing I got to tell you that really astonishes me about the paranormal when I watch TV shows, and nothing against them at all, but so many times, tell me if you haven't seen this happen time and time again. This is a panic and emergence.
I know where you're going with this.
People are in a haunted house, and they're like, okay, so this is what we're going to do tonight. Yada, 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 yada. And then when they go out and they set out to accomplish whatever their mission statement is, everything backfires. That's because you're talking out in the open in front of them like they're not there. And you're there, you know. And are we throwing everything into the basket? Are we just talking about spirits, or are we throwing in the whole idea about demons? Are we throwing everything out there about alpha spirits, if people know about alpha spirits and such? Are we looking at the entire picture? Or again, are we looking at the story about old man Miller and his house and how he appears at midnight and walks up and down the stairs? Are we doing that? Or, you know, what exactly are we trying to do when we're talking in front of them? I think it's good to go in prepared, have an idea of what you're doing, not talk so much in these places, and set off with your objective. That's where I think pure evidence becomes the more fascinating, when you're not doing that, because they're going to have a field day with you if not. That's just one of the theories that I have about it.
Oh yeah, like in my investigations, like I usually answer yes and no questions. I've moved away more from the spirit box and moved more to doing yes and no's on the EMF. And ever since I did that, spirits have been more revealing of themselves to me. And it is crazy how many images of ghosts I've caught recently in my videos and my live streams on the other channel on Presence of the Unknown. Like, we've caught tons of stuff that, I mean, it was just unexplainable. And we had other paranormal teams contact us on Facebook saying like, oh, you guys are faking all this evidence, and we're like, we'll prove it to you. And then they watch the evidence, and they're like, how the hell are you guys finding all these locations? They're not listed. And I was like, because we are doing it a different way than what everybody else does. We come with kindness, love, peace, and respect, but we also come with the aspect of God, which is really important, and I think in the paranormal field, because without God or some really strong heavenly presence, you can really screw yourself in the paranormal field.
Well, I mean, it's a very good point, because again, we're talking about balancing acts when we're looking at the subject matter. And one of the things, again, since we referenced the Bible, it's right there.
It is.
Right in the Bible. Do not engage in necromancy and all this stuff. So in other words, yes, we need that guidance. We need navigation. But at the same time, and I tell people when we go out, I said, don't think that, God is smiling at you when you're doing this work. It's a tough thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I really feel that you have to initiate a spiritual connection each and every day. This is something that you cannot...
that's why I have to meditate,
take
because...
away from your life.
I mean, that's why I have to meditate, because I get drained so fast. In my own home, my house is haunted. I have the lady who died in this very room where I'm sitting right now. She died of a sudden heart attack, doesn't realize that she's dead. She walks around my house. She screams in my ear to try to get my attention. And I acknowledge that she's here, but I don't. She can get often very negative because she died and she had schizophrenia when she passed away. And I think she had some memory loss issues. Yes, I'm talking about Janet. And she can be facetious at times. So I ended up having to actually just respray my house with holy water just to keep the good energy in, and then open the windows and sage and let the bad spirits out of the house. Because I actually have had to do that 3 times, and I've had to have a house exorcism by a priest because I was waking up with the scratch marks on my hands, on my neck, on my wrists from a paranormal investigation where I invited what I thought was a child's spirit into inviting him over the spirit box, and it ended up being an old world, like super creepy demon figure. And it was it was attached to me, and then attached to my house, and it was affecting my nightly sleep. And then it became like I was noticing stuff during the day, and I couldn't take it anymore. I ended up having to ditch that, and get a priest and have him come over and make sure the house was blessed, because it was no joke.
It never is.
And I've been doing this for 6 years now, and the crazy thing about the paranormal field, no matter how long you do this field, you'll learn more and more every time. There'll be, the knowledge about the paranormal is endless.
Okay. If I could, tell people how many times that I've heard the whole theory, the whole concept of someone saying there's a little girl or a little boy in my home.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have I gone out to locations and I've investigated buildings that are filled with demons, not one or two, completely filmed. I have all of it documented. I just don't show this to the public.
Right.
It's for my own reference.
Right.
But I'm telling you straight up right now, that's your first red flag when they say it's a little boy or a little girl or it's a nice old lady or some spirit that's benevolent. I really believe that you have to go up there totally with your guard up. You can never let your guard. All it takes is just one moment, and that's all. A single second for them to be intrusive. I've seen situations where I'm talking to people and something jumps into somebody and you don't know who the heck you're talking to anymore. And that's because that person let their guard down. It only takes a second, just one split second. And that's why I really feel we have to be extremely careful. And not only investigations, but with live streams. Now, when I have my live streams, I'm going to be doing one after this about spiritual warfare. You have to have everything come together. The investigation is great. People are showing keen interest in what you're doing. And then when you have the discussion portion of it, everyone comes together, everyone talks, everyone tries to see something from their vantage point. And then we try to knit all of that together and come out again with the most important thing of all. And that's why I feel the paranormal community has so much problems, is because everyone is trying to find their place. They're shifting their positions. Not everyone is like this. There are some people that are very, very sincere. They believe in what I really call the work, and that is rolling up your sleeves, getting into the mix of things, and trying your best again to come out with something that people can gravitate to that is safe. Give an example of that really, really quick. During the month of Halloween, I can't tell you how many times I go out to locations and I see, kids in high school and stuff, and they're hanging out. Not only kids in high school, grown adults that are going to locations, and I'm like, why are you here? We're in the dark. We're just talking. So imagine a very dark place, and it's terrifying as all heck. And, it's like, why are you? Oh, we heard that this place is haunted. I'll tell you one time, it happened where someone said that, and I warned them about the situation, and yet they went wandering off into the dark. And I was there for several hours. They didn't come back. I'm not saying they died or anything like that. No, I'm just saying possibility exists that they ran into something that wasn't very nice at all. People can get totally attacked.
Oh, yeah.
The scratches and everything. The scratches is just the sign, the intention of the spirit. That's what it is. It's identifying to you who and what they are. It's the next steps after that that get really, really intense. That's why we got to be careful of infestations.
It was starting to invade my house after it had attacked me. It started throwing stuff off my shelves. It started turning on my TV at night by itself. My washer and dryer would make sounds. And it would start screaming at me while I was asleep. And finally, I just had enough of it.
That's intense.
Huh?
That's intense, man.
Yeah.
That's intense. That's really, really intense.
It was bad. It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad that other spirits were warning me on my spirit box saying, danger, watch out, danger. Every time I turned on my spirit box, and that's why I no longer bring it in my house anymore. But I had spirits actually warning me that there was something evil in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was no joke. It was
I believe it.
It was scary. And Mother Nature has a question for you, Ghost of Hawaii. Can you talk about the island demons?
There are many different types, actually, and you'd be very, very surprised with the connection that we have. It's a universal scenario when it comes to the paranormal and demons. There are specific type of demons that are known to occur. A lot of them are tied into ana, which is a type of curse that these certain kahunas that they do, and not only the kahuna community, not only those that are spiritual leaders, but there are people that actually practice the dark art of ana, and this is why Hawaii is so haunted as well. In the old days, when you were to bury somebody, you had to bury them in secret. And the reason why you bury people in secret is that the practitioners of ana, which is the black magic that they do, they believe that your iwi, which is your bones, has your life essence in it. So one of the most scary scenarios for a person is to think that their spirit would be enslaved to some kind of dark practice with, cursing and everything else. So because of that, bodies were hidden all over the place. And bodies were hidden at night, late at night. That's when people would go and bury people. Is late at night. The ali'i, those that are the royalty of Hawaii that are involved with night marches and everything else, they are buried in secret burial caves. And not only that, but the people that would bury them, some of them were actually killed so that nobody could find their remains. That is how strong that belief system is.
Wow.
So, not only are there demons that are lurking around, like the Inugami, the dog demons that we have here.
Jesus,
there is
that's
also
awful.
there's the types of spirits that become evil, not because of their own accord, but because they are forced into doing that
by the devil.
A lot of them here.
And I have an interesting question for you. Since you're a paranormal investigator, what are your thoughts? Do you think that after death we can still be persuaded by the devil? Do you think the devil can stay?
Depends on it depends on the life you lead.
Right.
It depends on the life, because in this life we're already influenced.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we really fall into that dire state of living. Because when I talk about demons and everything else, one thing I think some people don't understand is that these beings have been around for thousands and thousands of years. We get like 60, 80 years of life. That's it. Boom, we're gone.
Yep.
These things have been around for a heck of a long time.
Centuries.
They're cunning. They're intelligent. They will find different ways to influence you. So depending on this life and how you fight back, and that's why I'm going to be doing that live stream there. I'm not trying to pull a plug. I'm just saying I'm going to have a discussion on spiritual warfare. Whatever happens to us in life translates into death as well. Definitely. That's why there are earthbound spirits. I believe that possibility does exist. I'm not saying it's written in stone. There's not a single thing in the paranormal that is written in stone or is a writing on the wall. There's just warnings. Mm-hmm. And we either take that into consideration or we don't. I strongly believe this. And that is why the possibility of earthbound exists, because of that spiritual influence in life, which could also happen at the moment of death as well.
Absolutely.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Absolutely. No, thank you for answering it. That was well answered. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And I think a lot of people can appreciate that answer. So what, okay, let's get on the section that I don't like at all, dolls. So what is, how did you get into the infatuation with the dolls?
I do have practically whole interviews on my dolls. I did a Halloween show about it. Mm-hmm. We actually interviewed one of my dolls, Melissa. Wow.
Yeah, believe it or not, we did that. The reason why I started to do it, at first, it was the curiosity behind it, and it had to do, again, with the building that was in that's diabolical infestation. See, people get possessed, buildings and inanimate objects get possessed as well. And when I was doing my investigation of this building and trying to console these people with consultation and such, I started to notice that there were these objects that when I was filming, when I was looking for a reaction to spiritual reference, that they would emerge from objects or go into objects. So that stayed in my mind because of all of that work that I did. I was granted access for like months in this place. And so after that, I said to myself, well, what else is there to look at? Now let's look at the history of haunted objects, including dolls, the whole idea of vessels being spirit vessels. You're going all the way back to the ancient times of Egypt as an example, with all these objects that were there, including mummies and everything else. Why do you think they have curses on them? Why do you think there's a reaction when we touch the bodies and we remove the bodies?
Exactly.
Why is that the case? These are spiritual vessels.
Oh yeah.
So you take that and you modernize it and you put it into the reference of dolls. Now think about it this way. What is a human connection? Well, there's several things. Why is let me just slightly show you an example. Why are graveyards haunted? Let me ask you that question. Why do you think graveyards are haunted? I've investigated a lot of graveyards over the last 11 years. Why do you think they're haunted?
I think a lot of graveyards are haunted due to the fact that the people have been dead for so long that they might have lost their sense of who they used to be. And I don't know, that's at least my perspective. And I think they're earthbound spirits, maybe because they didn't do right in their life, and so they are left wondering how they can reach the light in death.
Okay. The other part of it, I think, is this. Now, I'm just giving you a theory. If that's all the paranormal is ever going to be.
Oh, yes.
No matter how hard we work, we only got theories. The best psychic in the world, all they can do is peep through a keyhole and give you an idea what's on the other side. They can't give you the total picture. They can't do that. I believe there's spiritual law that interferes with that. But getting back to that, the one thing that I think also ties a spirit into a cemetery is, now, tell me what you think about this. A spirit is going to look at their resting place and think that this is where my body is. And they're going to reference their memories. They're going to remember everything that was important to them in their lives. There's still a connection to that body.
Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, some of the most haunted graves are the ones that have experienced desecration, and they stay there. They gravitate to their graves that have been desecrated, broken tombstones and stuff. Because of that fact, your grave, when you die, and all of us that died, if we are earthbound, that's probably one of the most personal connections you could have.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on that? What do you think about that?
That totally makes sense to me. I've never thought about it that way, but it totally makes sense. Wow.
And that's why I believe that dolls, think about it this way. That's a human connection. A grave
so
is a human
you're kind of,
okay?
in a way, giving them a vessel to go into so they can be content.
I think it's a connection. If it's a human spirit, it's a connection. If it's demonic, then it's deception.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Human, it's a connection. It's a connection to life. A happier time when we were more innocent, when we used to play with toys and, laugh and play and everything else. It's a good part of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So, that could be a very real possibility. Or you could be dealing with deception. I got a doll that I named Sally after the Sally house. And that doll is pretty active. The only way I can keep, and I got 11 or 12 haunted objects in my home.
Mm-hmm.
I have 9 haunted dolls. The only way I can keep them in that situation is if I use holy objects and contain them,
mm-hmm.
or use prayer or anything else like that. And I honestly feel, again, no matter, pick Pick anything you want. Pick a house. Pick a doll. Pick anything you want. And you're going to deal with that duality, spirit or demon, in those situations. And I got dolls that scratch walls, scratch people, ignite fires, break things. You know, it's really, okay, now, this is how it turned out. At first, I wanted to learn more about it, okay? Now, when you go on eBay, Etsy, and all these other sites that sell haunted dolls, okay, people are very curious. We're living in the age of curiosity with all of this stuff. And there are people that are just selling bogus dolls. Here's my haunted Barbie doll. And it's not even haunted.
You're right.
It depends on the language of the seller. It depends on the language of the seller, the person that's selling it. I had people that wanted dolls gone so quick that when I ordered the doll, it was sent to me lickety-split. I mean, super, super fast. They wanted the doll out of their house. I had the doll that I have named Sally that's over 100 years old. Up until the day that doll was sent out to me, the seller was communicating with me and telling me about the activity that was going on in their home. So again, that's, you know, for me, the important part is removing these dolls from the marketplace. Someone that's like curious as all heck, like, hey, you know what? I saw Annabelle. That was a pretty interesting movie. You know, again, they get this fascination with dark things.
Yes.
They don't realize that once that thing comes into your home,
you're screwed.
You know, everything changes.
Yeah.
At that point, if it's authentic.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
If that makes sense to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't mess with dolls because I don't want to mess with that kind of energy, even because you could be easily duped thinking it's like a haunted doll and it doesn't have like somebody could say, oh, the energy in that spirit's or the energy in that doll is not evil. You don't know that until it arrives at your house, and then suddenly stuff starts to move around, and you got a full-on demonic possession in the works. Like, that's just the last thing that anybody would want to deal with. Like, I could just imagine how the people who owned Annabelle felt. Like, holy smokes, or Robert the Doll, most haunted doll in the world. What the ghost said, he is tuning in. It is 3:57 a.m. Yes, it is incredibly late at night. It is going on 1 o'clock in the morning here in California. So let's see, what time did I start tonight? 11, 12, 1. So I guess I think I'll be going on for one more hour. But yeah, man, this has been a really, really interesting topic. It's been absolutely incredible.
No problem, man. I saw that you wanted someone to call, and I said, hey, you know what? You know, I've been watching your streams and listening to you talk and everything that you feel is important to you. And, you know, I also feel that we need to come together, like I said earlier, and work in a way that makes people feel like we're going somewhere.
Right.
We're not just doing shows on TV and stuff, and we're looking at orbs on the screen or pictures of apparitions, because that's just the surface. You know, you're looking at the iceberg. You're only seeing what's above the water. There's so much going on below that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been a pleasure talking with you, my friend, and I'm going to get ready for my stream in a little while as well.
Absolutely, man. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your night. I'll try to catch up with your stream tomorrow and definitely make sure I check that out.
No problem, my friend. You know, that's why we're here, to support each other.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everyone, for letting me talk with HSFL, and I hope you all have a blessed night and a good tomorrow.
Man, it was an absolute honor. Thank you so much.
Same here, my friend. Take care. God bless.
God bless you too. Bye.
Okay, bye.
So, guys, that was Ghosts of Hawaii. What did you guys think of that? That was absolutely amazing in my book. This was an absolutely awesome conversation. So, guys, I'm going to take a 5-minute break from this. If you want to call me, you can do that. Hey, thank you, Leah and Ladybug. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'll be right back. If you want to call me, I will be on the phone, so have the number, and then I will bring you up for the chat. And if you want to call me, we can just chat before I come back here. Too many viewers. Hey everybody, welcome back. All right. Awesome. 45 likes. Sweet. All right. We are back live on HSFL Paranormal for Let's Hear Your Scary Ghost Stories. And I got Center Stars here. Thank you, James.
Hi.
So hey, I got Center Stars here on this call. So guys, let's hear his perspective. He has some different takes on the paranormal field. So you have the floor.
Okay, so I started out as a Christian in my early upbringing. I struggled with that a lot. Throughout the years, I would go back and forth and struggle back and forth. Just spiritually, having a lot of trouble with the way I was brought up. In 2010, I had a back injury. It gave me a lot of time to start to research. So I began starting to research the Bible. And it led me to a lot of different things. And I'll get into some of that a little later. Where I'm at spiritually right now is that you have matter and space, right? And with space or nothingness, you really can't have nothingness. There has to be something to compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
And so in my belief, they both have always been. Matter and space are infinite. They work in circles, and that's how they become infinite. Like our universe will expand and then contract and expand and contract. And we may have had many of these same lives over and over. But also there has to be an observer, an inhabitor, something to manipulate the matter and inhabit the space. If not, it just still ceases to exist. It's just there but not there. So that's where energy comes into play. And it is also infinite. And we are energy. And so energy is proportionate to matter and space as a whole. And as we know, in the 3D world, when we use energy, it just transfers to another state of being within this closed system.
Absolutely.
However, when we die, we can move out of this system or we can choose to stay within it. And in that, there's other matter, there's like other spiritual entities that will take your spot. And if you are infinite, this is proposed that that's correct and true. If you're infinite and you always lived in a state of bliss, would you really appreciate it? Would it grow stagnant? Would it take a toll on you to live infinitely at one level? And so I believe that our earthly bound bodies or our 3D existence is a vacation from the infiniteness. And that everything that's been taught about evil, good, all that stuff, that's interwoven in who we are in the 3D world. We experience both the bad and the good. And so we've been led to believe that we have to be good, because if we're not good, we're going to hell. And that's listen to the fear position of, you must be good, almost like there has to be a parent there telling you to be good. But once you understand that you're infinite, and you go where you send yourself pretty much, in my perspective, then you should choose to be good. Because why would you want to mess up anybody else's experience while they're here?
Absolutely.
Why would you want to do that? So in that, there's also people that don't have a grasp on that and are dark people. And they will have to pay the consequences for their ignorance in what they do. And they'll have to learn that through many lifetimes of existence and stuff like that. And so when you have all the matter filled up, all you have is space beyond that, and still all that energy to fill that space. So yes, we can have the 4D spirit realm, the 5D spirit realm, all those levels of existence above our 3D that are outside the physical. And we can also have levels of existence within matter. We can have beings out there that are very elevated and live at peace within their system, and maybe that are the far out reaches of the universe, and try to be left alone because they don't want anybody invading or coming near them, right? But also in spiritual, there's negative and there's positive as well. It's a good way to look at it. So as a human existence, I would put us, if you were to put everything on a scale, I would put our existence right below dead center. So we're aware of the good, but we're a little bit more predisposition to be bad. It takes a little bit of work to be good, You have to actually charge yourself to try to be the best you that you can be. And that's where I want to talk to everybody about forgiveness. Because this is really important too.
Absolutely.
Forgiveness is not about telling the other person, "Oh, I'm sorry," and that makes it okay, or them telling you, "I'm sorry," and that you say, "I forgive you," and that makes it okay. What forgiveness really is a process of actually letting go of a situation, so that you don't carry that with you day to day, minute to minute, hour to hour in your thought process. So let's say I'm driving down the road. I get really angry because somebody cut me off. Okay, well, all right, do I need to go on the rest of my day being upset about that, or do I need to say, okay, so they cut me off, I was mad, and that's a normal response, but I need to forgive that now, not let it ruin the rest of my day. I don't need to carry that home. And that once you start with just the little things like that, it gets easier to forgive the bigger things and the stuff that's been traumatizing you since an early age. And so that's where I got to with some of that upbringing within the Christian church when I was younger. Some of the negative things that happened to me, I was able to move on past that and forgive all of that. So in that, though, also, anything that you can imagine has happened or will happen in this universe and beyond at some point in time. I really truly believe there was a man named Moses, and that he was in the desert, and that perhaps a craft came over that was cloaked, shined a red light down on a bush, made it look like it was burnt. Time travelers from the future or aliens that said, "Hey, there's going to be this and that, and we're going to help you," and and he thought it was God talking to him, and they gave him commandments about how humans should live. You know what I mean? all of those different things. I found places and locations in my research that actually showed a split rock in Mount Sinai, but it wasn't in the area listed in the Bible. It was listed as a different place in the deserts of Saudi Arabia. Also, very, very close to that is a huge, huge dragon skeleton that is maybe a petrified titan or a pre-flood dragon. And they would have had to walk past that, and the story of Leviathan would have been born because it was very close to this mountain of God where Moses got all these interpretations. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
So when you put a different spin on things, anything is possible. These stories could be very well true. And I started saying that. I found that, and then I found this eye-opening piece of information called Hollow Earth. And at first I didn't know what it meant. It was like people walking upside down underneath me. Like, how does that work inside of the planet? How is there a hot star inside the planet? And I kind of, brushed it off for about a week, and then I watched it again. Paying attention to the seismic waves and how they bounce up and down, how the Earth rings like a bell, how the moon rings like a bell. The story in the Bible about the giants in the earth before the flood and after, how Cain was banished from the face of the earth to the inner surface of the earth. It says into the earth. And he says, you banished me into the earth and away from the face and away from the face of the earth. Everywhere they go, they are going to kill me. So that means that there was giants in existence at that time inside the earth and outside where Adam and Eve were banished. Okay, so there's when you understand that, then you understand that, wow, a lot of these biblical stories could be true. And then I went into studying that and realized that when our poles tilt towards the sun during the summer, you notice our winds die down. Everything is really calm. That's because the inner earth temperature is pretty much equal to the external temperature. But as it transitions in the winter again, there's a lot of cold air exchange within the earth, and the warm, steamy air coming out, hitting the cold atmosphere, and it flash freezes in the snow out of the polar openings up there. Those polar openings happen because when a planet is naturally forming, it's spinning and it causes holes at the poles of the planet. And Earth has been shifted so many times, it has multiple openings around it, including the Bermuda and Dragon's Triangle. If you look onto Google Earth and places like that, you'll start noticing patterns where you'll see these wind vortex tubes that go from areas like the Bermuda Triangle out to another spot and then up towards the North Pole. And they all interconnect. So as the Earth transitions between summer and winter, we get hurricane and typhoon activity at those side openings. And then it goes to the other pole, and the other pole is in full swing. We get that high vortex, that wind direction, all of those things. So I really encourage people to look into that because there's so many great things to learn about it. The Garden of Eden could be a real place within the earth. There's a book called The Smoky Gods, and it's a book. It's a biography written as a novelette because it was written in 1908 by George Willis Emerson, and he wrote it as a novelette because if he had wrote it as truth nonfiction, he probably would have not had his book see the light of day. So he wrote it as a novelette, but it's a biography of a man who sailed there in 1829 and talks all about the 4 rivers inside the Earth's navel, all of those things. So it's narrated for free on YouTube. But I just wanted to give people a different perspective because everybody is really in fear of what's on the other side. But, fear is when I approach these situations, I have had things in my home before I couldn't explain. Like, I would hear children playing in this room upstairs. I'd run up thinking my kids were out of bed. They're sound asleep. And the way I approached that is I was just like, okay, you cannot be here. I had heard about, using smoke cleansing in my home. So that's what I did. Opened up all my doors and windows. I went from room to room with incense and said, anything that's in here that doesn't belong in my family unit needs to leave this house. And the whole time I'm filling every corner, every spot with incense and did that. And for years now, I haven't had any issues with that, period. But for a while there, there's children's voices antagonizing my son, waking me up in the middle of the night, playing in this extra playroom. I don't know what that was all about, but it left after that. And it was just me taking an assertiveness against it. And I also caution people about doing the things that you guys do, because you guys are professionals, or you work with professionals and work as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just take this on lightly, people, because you do need to have good on your side.
I've gotten attacked by demons.
Strength. Yeah,
and I'm careful
to have one of these negative energies that are just looking for somebody to mess with, because they have nothing better to do. They're stuck in space in that infinite realm. And if there is a waiting process to get into the next life, I'm sure they try not to send in the ones that have done bad before. Maybe that could be hell itself, is you're stuck in limbo and you're not allowed to go back to a 3D life. Think about that. You never get a vacation, so you go loony and insane, talking haunting people, right? It's a good way to look at it too. That could be the hell, the real literal hell, is not being able to come and be born and not, be able to restart anew every short life or long life, depending on how you look at it. There's a lot of stuff on my channel that's more hypothetical than a lot of that, but I do have a lot of evidence for Hollow Earth. Back and I found pictures of the polar opening, things like that. I've had interviews over the years, but I just wanted to share some of those things with people, because I think it's good to hear a different perspective.
Oh, absolutely, and I love hearing a different perspective.
There has to be a God. There has to be beings that are of the light, that are so pure, both in the physical and out of the physical. That would be a godlike being, because there has to be an extreme end in this infinite scale, and there has to be dark entities too to counteract that, because there's equal and opposites to everything. So to deny that there's a God, no. But I also say that the people that built our bodies, the creators, that when they mentioned in the Bible, God's kind, I honestly think that some of that, we're not talking about exactly the God that everybody's thinking of, the heavenly God, that kind of thing. I think we're talking about some people that came to Earth and built humans, and we were built really weak to do a job. That's from the research I found. That doesn't mean I'm here to challenge anybody else's beliefs. But
right.
I just want to share a different view with other people. You can look that stuff up in the Sumerian tablets, and talks about gold and the Anunnaki actually being Nephilim heroes from Nibiru that came to Earth to look for gold, to spray their atmosphere of the biblical wormwood, which is Nibiru, because they were losing ash on the surface of their planet, which was protecting them from losing heat in deep space, and from getting too much heat in the atmosphere rip off when it would come around the sun. And supposedly during Revelations, this planet will come back, we'll be able to see it. It has a crater-like appearance, because another attempt they had before they decided to get the gold was they launched big weapons at the surface of their world and bombarded it, trying to open the volcanoes back up and stir them to get ash into their atmosphere again. So those are some interesting things that your viewers may not have heard of either. But there's a lot out there. I challenge you, dig into it, do some research, find out what's out there. It's all out there waiting. I give you guys on the head starts with it, whatever I was talking to you with so far today. That can really expand your mind and get you into another level of thinking, and thinking about, how you want to interact with other people, and how you want to interact with these spirits as well. With respect to them, and definitely don't challenge darker spirits unless you know what you're doing.
And even that is extremely risky. You don't want to challenge spirits unless you know what you're doing, but even then you could still screw up.
Yeah, I wouldn't challenge them, period, because they are very powerful. They are in the 4D. They can see everything that you cannot see. They can see everything.
And the Bible even mentions that demons can kill you.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, even the Bible said demons can kill you.
Well, the 4D existence, I liken it to this. When we're in our 3D existence and you have a present and it's sitting on the table, you don't know what's in it until you open the box. But they can see in the box, outside the box, all around the box. Just like when you draw a picture and you draw a stick figure in a 2D existence and you draw a present with an open top, you can see what's in it, or you know what you put in it because you drew it, but they can't because they're looking at the box from the outside. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they are all seeing, all knowing. If they're around, more than likely they didn't do good things in their past life, and you just got to be respectful of that, and don't challenge something you don't know. Don't go messing with something you don't know. If you start feeling like something's happening in your home, immediately try to cleanse it. If you can't do it yourself, get some help and get somebody to help you. But don't go opening doors that you can't close. That's for sure. So that's
awesome.
Just my cautionary information to everybody. But all right, well, I appreciate you having me on the show. And
absolutely, thank you so much, Chris. And tell everybody what your channel is. It's Center Stars.
Center Stars channel.
Yeah, Center Stars channel, guys. Please go support his channel. Very, very interesting.
I'm not perfect when I do those videos. Like I'm on a phone. I have to do it in one take. I do make mistakes in some of the videos.
We all do, man.
That happens, but
yep.
I just have to roll with the punches because if not, I would sit there and do 30 takes until I drove myself nuts.
I hear you, man.
So if you catch a mistake in there, I'm only human, and trust me,
we all are, man.
That was banished inside the earth, not
absolutely.
Able. But one of my videos, I said able.
Oh,
corrected it.
My meter's going off like crazy. What just happened? That's not me. So I don't know what was just triggering that. The meter's been here the whole time in the same spot. Huh. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when you wake up tomorrow and something happens that you normally would just eat you up all day, just try it. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Even if your brain's saying, no, you can't do that. The brain's coming in there saying, oh, you can't let that go. You gotta relive this all day. Just say, shut up. I'm not dealing with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Tell yourself that, because yourself is going to be your worst enemy the rest of your life. So you got to put that first in the rest, and you got to just be the best you that you can be.
Absolutely.
Your worst enemy is what you see in the mirror, and your fears will start to go away once you can let go of everything that's got you trapped down in it. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Center Stars. Seriously, thank you so much for coming on. Bye. All right, guys, that was Center Stars channel. That was pretty awesome. The call line is still open. We have just 40 minutes roughly, and we can definitely make sure that we have time for a few more people. So I think really about 3 more people are probably able to come up. So there was somebody who was trying to call me. It's an unknown caller ID, so I can't call him back. But GFam, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I do appreciate it, my friend. So yes, please call into that number if you want to share your scariest paranormal stories. The call line is open right now. Yes, call in and share your scariest spooky stories. Come on, I know one of you guys were trying to call me multiple times, and I know I was online with another person. Yes, 51. That is awesome. And I saw like up to 34 people in the chat at one point, so that was pretty rad. How's it going getting accepted for Super Chat? Don't know what it's called. Monetization. I'm in the waiting in the queue for YouTube to monetize my channel. So that'll be super exciting. You can always donate to my PayPal if you want to help support the channel. I don't ask for it, but if you want to support the channel and help pay for expenses that this YouTubing costs, and if you guys want to help support me, you can definitely use the PayPal link and support my channel that way. Yeah, right now the only way you guys can help donate to my channel is through PayPal, and that's pretty much it right now until I get authorized from YouTube to get monetized. So, the chat line is still open, guys. Please call in. I will feature your channel if you want to if you want to come up and share that. All right. Yes, call in for your spooky stories. Anybody? Would love to hear it, guys. That number is live right now if you want to call in and share your scariest stories. Would really appreciate it. Come on, fam. The good thing is that donating, that is true. That is very true. Oh my God, did somebody donate? Please don't say yes. Let's see. Shantae, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. James, can you post her link in the chat, please, for me? That is so nice of her. Oh my God. Shantae, thank you for that donation. $5 super chat or $5 PayPal donation. That is so awesome. Much love, Shantae. Thanks for being an awesome supporter, my friend. All right. I do have a Patreon. I just don't use it all that much. You can support it. If you guys want me to start using Patreon where you can help sponsor my channel, let me know and I will get more active on it, but it just didn't. Door is moving slightly behind me. Oh. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, this house is creepy sometimes. So guys, I got another 30 minutes if you want to call in. Aw, no problem, Shantae. I'm so glad you love the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That is so nice of you. Let's see. Okay, welcome back, Sharpshooter. Good to see you, buddy. Guys, please, if you guys want to call in, if you have a spooky... looks like we got a call from Ohio.
From Tara. To accept, press 1.
Hey, we got Tara Cope on here. How's it going? Oh, we dropped the call. Tara, call back. Hey, DJ Southpaw, what's going on, my friend? Oh, the call got dropped for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. Maybe the wrong button. Is everything okay, Tara Cope? Yes, everybody, welcome to the chat, guys. Yeah, I know. I wanted to hear about it. It sounded really crazy. I'm calling, but it won't allow me to see the chat when I call. I can handle the chat for you, Tara Cope. Don't worry about it. I got the chat for you. I'll read any questions. I'll let you know what's going on. It's all good. Hey, can't call tonight, but I have some security footage inside of my apartment I'd like to show you. Dude, DJ Southpaw, go to my Facebook. All right.
Call from Tara.
Hey, Tara, how are you?
Hey.
Hey.
Your stream is crazy tonight.
Yes, the stream is crazy tonight. It's very busy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was sitting here on my bed, and I was listening to talking about Unearthly and Shantae, and I swear I felt like somebody was playing with my hair, and it happened twice.
Something was going through your hair?
Like, messing with it. Like, playing with it. It's really weird.
Huh.
And I'm getting, like, goosebumps and stuff and chills. It's just, I don't know. I've never had that on your stream before.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would make me uncomfortable. Because I've had that happen on live stream. And when I was live streaming one time, I don't remember what stream it was. I think it was After Dark. It was one of my After Dark specials. And I literally felt the spirit that lives in my house run its fingers through my hair. And it was very cold. And it blew me out. I almost stood up and quit my live stream after that. It freaked me out. But I kept going.
That's like on my right side though. Like it went from the back, like by my neck, over to the right part. And it was like it was trying to put my hair behind my ears.
Huh. So it might be a male figure? Maybe it was a sign of like that he likes you, or maybe it's a family member.
That's what America was saying. She was thinking it was a woman.
Yeah, I put my hood up because I was like, don't touch my hair. Oh gosh.
Just leave my hair alone. Anyway, I was going to tell you about the house I used to live in. There was a house. It was we had the basement. It was a 3-story basement. Second floor and then third floor. And it was off to the side of like an alley. And we had been there like maybe 2 months, I want to say. And I was recording my daughter. She was a baby at the time. So I was recording her on my phone.
What the hell was that? I just caught something in my live stream in the back window. I saw something literally go across the back here of the room.
See, I'm telling you, yeah. Wait, everybody, I think, is feeling it tonight.
Oh my!
They're feeling something, I think, most.
I don't know what it is, but it seems like the spiritual portal is opened like crazy right now. Because I've been noticing so many apparitions lately.
And that's funny you said that, because you know why? For like the last 2 days now, I swear I thought I'd seen something walking through my living room.
Yeah, it was the misty type thing. That's exactly what I just saw.
Yep, I didn't even see chat or nothing, so I had no idea what you were saying.
It literally was like this misty thing, and it ran across my room in the back behind me.
Yep.
Oh god, that was.
They're wondering tonight. They want attention.
Yeah, it was probably Janet. Her energy is very sporadic through the house. The lady who died in this house, she had a heart attack, and she was also schizophrenic, and so she moves wildly throughout the house, and she's the one who like touches my hair and stuff, and it freaks me out.
Yeah.
Was that a black mask going down then? I'm not sure. I have protection against the evil spirits that are around this area, because there's a lot of evil that is around this area. We have the Oddfellow Cemetery, which you've probably seen on my live streams, that one over by my house, And every time we're there, somebody gets touched, grabs, or I mean, it's just a crazy place, paranormally wise.
We have like, I think like 3 cemeteries right down the road from us. So, because I wanted to go down to the one and try and film, but I don't want to go by myself. It's creepy down there.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. And Ohio, I mean, you live in, it said the Cincinnati area?
Yeah, I'm just north of Cincinnati by about 45 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably a lot of stuff. Excuse me, sorry about that. There's probably been a lot of stuff that's happened in your area.
Yeah, well, the apartment complex I live in, like, there's been a lot of people that have died here.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure there's spirits around.
Wait, it happened again, Unearthly Wanderings? Whoa.
Is it your door?
No. The pull string for the window that's right in front of me just started to sway back and forth, but then it stopped.
Oh, wow.
That's
I'll have to go
crazy.
back and rewatch that part.
Oh, you
Yeah,
saw
'cause I
the
tried to
white
keep
line
off of
behind
it.
me like a mist. Yeah, I'm really hoping I didn't bring anything back from the cemetery where I was, but I did prayers before, during, and after, and I'm just praying that spirits have been really revealing themselves to me lately, and I don't know why. I think they were really bored and they finally had somebody to talk to at that cemetery, that really nasty haunted cemetery that I just visited up north of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of them was really liking the fact that I could ask him yes and no questions with the EMF reader, and he was responding yes and no. I was like, "Do you like us here?" And it said yes. On the EMF, I said blank ones for yes and 2 for no, and it said yes.
Oh, wow.
It was a very direct reply. Is there a name for sensitive people that only hear things but don't see them and feel paranormal related? There's people that are empathic like me, where I feel energy, but lately I've been seeing a lot of stuff. So I wonder if it's my ability like becoming more enhanced. I'm more of an empath. I feel the energy around me. As far as hearing, only when I had that demonic presence. And then as far as seeing, lately it's becoming more prevalent. Like I think
That's how it's been for me.
yeah.
Like, I could just be sitting here watching TV and then I, will catch something, which is really weird because, I mean, I've been told that I'm sensitive to things like that. But I guess for a while there, I kind of just tuned it out.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, I can't tune it out for some reason. I don't know why, but because I mean, like, it kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I mean, some of this stuff still freaks me out to this day. Just like I still like I'm perfectly fine like going to haunted locations because I know they're haunted. But when I come home, I don't want to have to deal with it being haunted here. I want to sleep and enjoy my time.
I got so bad at the house. I got so bad at the house we used to live in that I literally just did not sleep. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
After I heard what I heard when I recorded my daughter on, the video of her just playing, I went to play it back because I was going to download something or send it to somebody anyway. And I hear there's a man whispering, and it sounds like to me he's saying like another day, $1. It just kept repeating over and over. And yeah, we had a local paranormal group come out. And they came out and investigated it. And me and the one girl went down the basement, which I really hated. And I kept telling her, like, I could feel it, like I wasn't seeing it, but I could feel like it was there.
Just to answer somebody's question, I actually have holy oil surrounding my bed at night because of what I used to hear coming into my room. It was like something was shouting and screaming and yelling at me while I was asleep. And then that one,
that would freak me out.
the one thing that drew the line for me is when I woke up to something standing over me with glowing red eyes, and it was a black shadow.
Oh wow.
And it freaked me out. I ran out of the house. That was the
I don't
first.
think I would have went back in though.
That's the first time I was truly afraid of what was going on in my house, and after that, that's when I started getting scratched and touched. It kept getting stronger because it was feeding off of like my fear. I mean, it was pretty scary until I told my priest told me to start yelling at it and literally saying, "You are not allowed here. This is a house of God." And he had me keep repeating that over and over again. And then he finally came and visited. Yeah, it was pretty. Um, do you see that misty light changing shape? No? Huh. Yeah, I don't know why I went back in the house, to be honest. I just wanted my house back. And I know I have a strength greater than the demon to like relinquish it from my home. Somebody said, "John, you got a man in a cloak." What the hell does that mean? Meter here? Let me know if you're here. Yes or no? Wait. When you turned to you look at your light on the blinds changed. Oh fuck. I hope it's nothing that I brought home with me again. But this house is surrounded with holy oil, so I'm not scared. And I have a blessed cross by a priest in my room, and I sleep with the blessed cross on around my neck every night. And I have a holy Bible in my room, so in case something does happen, I can just grab the Bible that was blessed by my pastor in Georgia, and I can start reading that, and that'll pretty much fix the situation. But spirits are becoming really attached to me lately, and I don't know why. I have to do some more research. It's buffering? Wait, am I not live anymore? Is this having issues again? Can you guys see me?
You were buffering off and on for a while there.
What?
Earlier
Hey, Humanity is on here. Let's see, Cynthia. I was just like, did I just see that? Yeah, whatever spirit is here with me in this house that is not Janet. Actually, whatever spirit is in this house right now, you are not welcomed. Do not try to intimidate me. Do not try to scare me. You are not welcome here. This is a house of God. There's only love and light in this house. No evil. So I ask you to leave. You need to leave me alone. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what was going on. That was kind of crazy.
I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, I'm
like
definitely.
I shut the laptop because I was on my phone. I was like, well, I'll just use my phone.
It's buffering again? My internet connection's perfect right now. I'm reading nothing wrong with my internet. Ugh. But yeah, guys, that's super crazy. Okay, it looks good on my end, not buffering on my end. It looks good. Okay, awesome. All right. Thank you guys. So Tara, keep sharing your story. I got sidetracked with what was going on.
You're fine. It's fine. So we ended up going on the basement, and she kept saying, she was a medium, she kept saying she kept feeling like pain in the back of her head, which I'd never, felt that or whatever. But she kept saying that. And then we ended up going up to the attic, and the dowsing rods, like how you're supposed to hold them straight.
Mm-hmm.
She was asking me a question, asking my kid's dad, is that, his grandpa, da-da-da. And turned out it was him, but there was also a little girl in the house. It was like a family, I guess. But there was a man, a little girl, but there was no, like, woman in the house. So, anyway, but there was times that I went to go do my kids' laundry because I totally shut their bedroom door because it was connected to the attic.
Wait, you just saw a face behind me now? Because there was 2 ghosts that I saw, and one of them did not look good.
Funny.
Huh?
That's funny. That just happened again. The back of my neck.
Oh, man. It's not that they scare me, it just stresses me out because the ghosts there's some ghosts that just get clingy, you know what I mean? I think they're bored. I think they don't understand why they died, and I think a lot of them are just want to communicate.
My aunt used to tell us, all the time, like, it was basically like they had unfinished business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of why they, wander around, basically. That's what she always used to tell us.
No, I did not hear the blinds turn. Yeah. The dead not good clinging to you either. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the camera's trying to refocus on something. Yeah, you're not welcome here. This is a house of God. I'm going to close this door because you're trying to make yourself prevalent. And I don't want to have to deal with you. So bye. Okay. Sorry, guys. Like, Jesus. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. But I shut my kids' door. And, I still had to go in there, of course, put their laundry away. I go to put their laundry away, or go to open the door to put their laundry away.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, how, like, you get them cracks under the door where you could feel, like, if somebody walks by, like, the shadow?
Yes.
I saw, like, I don't want to say, like, feet, but something literally, like, just jetted, across up toward the attic. You could, and it was funny because nobody was home at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me and, my little girl. And like I said, she was not even a year old at that time. She wasn't even walking. But we heard so much stuff in that house. We moved and, the electric and everything was shut off, after we moved. But we drove past the house and my kid's dad went up to shut the basement door. He come running back out to the car. He said he refused to shut the door or go back in there. It really scared him. And that was unusual for him.
Wow.
So, my son can see stuff too. My 13-year-old, he sees stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
He used to talk to a little girl in the house. It was weird because he would never tell me like what they were saying.
Jennifer Ramirez, she asked, why do you seek the dead? Just curious. I like the paranormal field. I don't do the spirit box stuff anymore because that's how I got the issue the last time. So I obviously haven't touched the spirit box really since those problems happened. Yeah, actually I haven't touched the spirit box since those issues happened, which is good because my house has been really calm after my house got blessed. All right, Stacy Flesh Girl, have a good night. Take care. I seek the paranormal because I am interested in discovering the science behind it. I am fully enthralled with the science behind it. It used to scare me, but now I've learned to get over my fear of it because I know I have a faith in God stronger than the evil spirits that lurk around the world seeking the ruin of souls. I have the power of God behind me. And so that's how I feel comfortable doing this. And I really enjoy getting the seeing the paranormal and getting to show people what I see and show the evidence that we get on both on this channel and on Presence of the Unknown. It's amazing. On the door moving. What's moving on the door? I think that's just from it being closed. Are you talking about this thing? Anyway, but well, Terry Cope, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I want to try to have time for one more person to come up. I would love to talk to you again very, very soon. Connect with me on Facebook, and maybe we can have like a private conversation about some more of the paranormal stuff. Not when it's like coming up on the witches' hour here. The spirits are very, very active right now.
It's almost 5 o'clock here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go, and hopefully you have a good night. So
All right, same to you, Don.
all right, thank you so much, Terry Cope. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
All right,
You're welcome.
take care. Bye. So everybody, that was Terry Cope. That was awesome. Seriously, that was super, super cool. Guys, we have had like 131 views on this live stream, which is awesome. Thank you guys. We had 118 on the other one, the 30-minute one that I messed up on. So that is super, super duper cool. So overall, over 200 something views on these two videos. I thank you guys so much. If you guys want to call in, we have one more. We have about 10 more minutes for somebody else to get a call in. So please consider doing so. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's stream. All right. Jesus, you guys are champs. It is 2 a.m. here, and there's still almost 37 people watching. So you guys must really like this stream. Awesome. 151. Yeah, I'm in the same time zone as you, Kyoko. It is 1:52. It's almost 2 a.m. Thank you so much, Ghost Findings TV. I'm so glad you liked the stream. I really don't now want to leave this stream with 28 people here. That's not good. Do you guys want me to keep going after this? Because I still have 30 people here. I really don't want to lose this stream with that many people. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has turned out so good. Okay, guys, call in, please. I'm not tired at all, actually, tonight. Yeah, I will. I'll keep going. Yeah, it's about 5 a.m. Y'all are crazy. Dude, like, there's literally 30 people here in the live stream right now. That's awesome. We've had so many watch time hours on this video. It's cray. Yeah, almost 150 views on this video now, and then watch time is crazy right now. Yeah, I mean, we're encroaching on like 4,000 watch hours on this stream, so that's pretty rad. Or sorry, not 4,000 watch hours, 4,000 watch minutes. So like 75 hours or something, or 85 hours, which is pretty legit. 30 people. Oh my god, y'all are crazy. Oh my god. Went back to see the video. I'm buffering again? Come on. 31 people in the house. Holy shit. That is crazy, guys. That's the most like steady stream I've ever had. Okay, guys, please call in. I have my number here. This is my first live stream. I'm proud to say I really enjoyed it. HSFL Paranormal. Awesome. I'm so glad you liked it, my friend. Are you new to the channel? Have you subscribed to my channel yet? What the Ghost? If so, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out some more of my content. Are you a paranormal investigator? What the Ghost? John, can the spirits been messing with your computer and your camera? Yeah. Mm-hmm. They use energy. By the way, Tara, I try to agree with you. I wouldn't have gone back in that house. Yeah. House is pretty messed up. That's crazy. There's almost 30 people right now watching. That's rad. We are at 1,725 subscribers here on this channel. Thank you guys. Seriously, that is awesome. Thank you for choosing my channel to enjoy your night. Yes, we are glad to have you here. Aw, thank you so much, Unearthly Wanderings. You guys rock. 54 thumbs up. Wow. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. You guys rock. That's for sure. Yeah, that's seriously awesome. No, I do not like to twerk in my free time. So, what do you guys... Yeah. No. Not putting a doll in house. Nuh-uh. Okay, someone needs to call in. Yes, please call in to my number and you can talk about your scariest paranormal stories, and I'd be more than happy to share them with you. I promise I won't be distracted by what's going on out there. I might just sleep in here tonight. It's probably the safest room in the house. Native Grammy, please don't do that to me. Please don't send me one. Okay, give me a heart attack. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Joe joined my channel. That's awesome. The meter just went off? Damn it, I missed that? Yep, I did see that actually on the little bit of a replay there. Huh. To yellow? Oh my god, it's going off again. What the heck is in here? Okay, we got a call in from Virginia.
Call from
Atlantis Paranormal.
Yes.
accept, press 1 to send a voicemail.
What's up, Atlantis?
Hey, how's it going, John?
Good to see you, man. How are you doing?
Well, okay, I guess. There's been some weird developments, though. Check
Ooh.
this out, right? I put one of those Tascam DR40s in a bedroom and left the house and went to work for 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever. And, dude, the window unit was cutting on and off like 5 times, like the air conditioner unit by itself. It was turned off. A Bluetooth speaker started going crazy by itself. Man, we've had some crazy experiences lately. As I was just listening to you talking about the pickup of activity, we have been seeing a dramatic increase of activity.
Yeah, it's been nuts, dude. That cemetery that we just visited, like, it was way more active than it was the last time we had been there about 4 months prior.
Oh, I bet.
I don't know what's
So you're
going
just running
on.
the EMF now?
Yeah, my EMF has been going crazy tonight. It just went off like 3 times, the yellow.
Some of this stuff I just don't know how to debunk yet. I don't have the K2 like you have. I have a digital one. And I was walking around the room with that today, and it went off, and it followed me around. And I was trying to figure out what that is.
Oh my god. Like, I was at the cemetery the other day, and some people saw it in my new video. But when I put my cemetery or the K2 meter on this guy's grave, it actually I was able to do yes and no direct replies on the EMF reader, and that's what I've been specializing in my videos. And in my paranormal studies, is yes and no direct EVPs without having to communicate with it through a spirit box.
Right, and that's pretty cool too. But I would challenge you to set up a recorder. Just leave it there, because that's what I do. I don't invoke anything. I don't talk anything. I don't try to encourage any activity. I just simply set it up and walk away, go to work, see what happens, and I review it, and I hear whispers. I hear voices in different languages, and it's not pareidolia either, because this is something you can run through Adobe Audition and look at the frequency response of a human voice, and they're so close. It's a voice, dude. You know, there's all kinds of whispers and like noises. So, for example, I had a water bottle with the cap off, and I just set it down and forgot about it, walked away. And in the recording, you hear that water bottle, someone grab it and crinkle it. And I said, okay, well, one time fine. But around 4:30 a.m., it was like crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. I was like, holy crap, dude.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder if it's like a few months ago, I was doing a spirit box session, and the video is actually titled "Spirits at War." It's one of my last spirit box sessions. I think it was the last spirit box session I did in my house, and literally, they were confirming with me that there was a spiritual war that was about to happen, and it was a fight between good and evil. So I wonder if the increase is because the war is just kicking off between good and evil, and the angels are trying to relinquish the evil spirits that are on Earth.
That's an interesting theory. I follow a couple other channels that have the same kind of thing happen there about a war between good and evil. But there is another interesting experiment that I'd like to try, and that's to think of a word, like the most random, bizarre crap you could think of, like meow mix. Don't say it out loud. Just think of it. Just think of it in your head. Just think of it, meow mix, and then see if the spirit box will say anything related to cat, meow mix, cat food by chance. Do you see what I'm saying?
Kind of like how Facebook does when you start talking about a certain subject, and then all of a sudden it ends up on your feed.
Oh yeah, like that.
Yeah, something just sounded like it tried to take over the phone call.
Well, I am haunted. That was the last live stream we did when it said, "I will kill you all," and I'm haunted, and we stopped after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
My TV just went on blaring. Yikes! And she drew the like shit emojis. Oh my god, that is so creepy. I wonder who is messing with Tara's hair. That is crazy.
Well, that's a phenomenon that I felt several times. If I'm in an area where there is energy, you'll get that spidery, head touchy feeling, and that's usually what it is.
Yeah, I'm noticing like something like a shadow's moving behind me.
So the last time that happened to me, where I was in the open area, like out in the middle of nowhere, where there's nothing else but me and woods, I decided to get the EMF meter and try to find the activity. So the EMF meter would spike when I got that feeling in my head. So I'm picking up the EMFs.
I'm sensing a really heavy emotion right now in my room. There's a presence here with me.
Uh-oh. I didn't do it.
No, you didn't do it. It's just the remnant energy that's in my house. It's very crazy, and I can feel it tingling all over my body.
Right.
And it feels very heavy.
But, I also wanted to tell you that there is something to the whole spirit box thing. Not that you're trying to conjure or not that you're trying to do anything that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
But a coworker said, "Hey, man, I want to check this stuff out." So I brought it to work with me.
Oh,
and
shit.
We did a session at work, and then 3 days later, dude, lights started flickering, doors started acting funny, equipment didn't work. I mean, there was some pretty interesting phenomenon, but anytime I tried to get it on film, it wouldn't happen. I can't claim everything is paranormal, but the way these lights work, they're not regular light bulbs. It's really neat to see this come on by itself.
So somebody who's got some insight on the paranormal from Sherry from PWI said it's the guy who wears the cloak who is in my house.
Oh, that's not intimidating at all.
Mm-mm. But that's crazy because it looked like in the last video that I did at the Adelaide Cemetery, it looked like a man who was wearing a cloak was hanging from a tree.
Oh wow.
So I wonder if it's maybe him. And now that I acknowledged him, yeah, he's trying to affect me. Well, eat this. I got a blessed cross on my neck, and the power of God compels you to leave me alone. But
I just heard a DTMF press. Did you press the DTMF button?
Did I press the what?
A number button on your phone? Because I just heard one.
No, I didn't touch it.
That's crazy.
Really?
Did anyone else hear that beep?
Huh. Really, it pressed something pressed the number button.
Yeah, like one of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
DTMF keys.
I didn't push it. Nobody else.
I'm watching your stream, and I didn't see you touch your phone, and mine. I don't have the dial pad pulled up, and I heard that, and I was like, "Wait a minute."
Wow.
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
But I challenge you though. Take your phone recorder or whatever you can, and just do it like just set it up, leave it there, get familiar with your background ambience, and play back maybe an hour. Look for the little spikes in the waveform and see what you come up with. Because, dude, it's nuts.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I'll definitely have to try that. I guess I could probably set it up and set it up on my phone and just have it record as long as it can and play it back and download the audio. That would be
exactly.
That'd be pretty wild. I bet there would be all sorts of. See, I don't do the spirit box or EVPs in my house anymore because I was hearing growling. I was hearing some really demonic shit in my house.
Right, I understand that, but I think that's the difference. Is if you invoke something like here's my EVP recorder. Speak to me now.
Right.
Whoa, your camera just tripped out. What the heck? Is anyone else seeing that?
Yeah, my camera is acting
That's
up.
Crazy.
And that doesn't have. It's not supposed to have an autofocus.
That wasn't autofocus, dude. That was like glitching and like crazy spirals and everything else.
Everybody's saying my stream is my feed is messed up, my meter's going off, my camera's acting up.
Look at that, folks. I bring the haunts. What do you say, huh?
Right? Dude, this has been pretty wild tonight. I was playing with Scariest with a coworker and the first words were ghost stories. Well, maybe they heard my After Dark special.
Right?
Oh Oh shit. Yeah, John, it was something in front of it. Yeah, there was something. I think I just saw an orb fly in front of my face.
You definitely got to go play that back. That was pretty unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, in the name of Jesus Christ, I commend you to leave me alone if you're evil. Dude, my cross on my neck just moved by itself.
I could see that.
Holy.
And you're sitting perfectly still.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I need to cleanse the room right after this. I got some holy water and some sage. I'm gonna...
Sorry, man, I didn't do it,
No, you didn't. I think this is something I brought back from that cemetery I just visited. I think this is the spirit of that hanging man.
Hopefully not.
I hope not. Yeah, John, you're going to need to watch the replay. There was a serious glitch in your screen. Yes. God, I ask that you encase me with light, love, and peace, and the power to relinquish the evil spirits. And my K2 meter just went off when I said that. I ask that you please put a shield of light and love and protection. Show me the way so I can be in your holy realm. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Let's see. It was like literally you waved your hand in front of the camera, but you didn't.
Yeah, you'll have to go back and watch it. It's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this. I haven't had this happen for a long time on my streams. This is why I started this is why I started this channel, was to document the horrible stuff that was going on in my house. Because our neighbors behind us were involved in a murder-suicide, and my lights just dimmed in here. Dude, this is my brand new softbox. Well, actually, I'm showing you the wrong camera. This is my brand new lighting system for my room, and that light doesn't have a dimmer, and it just dimmed.
Yeah, I saw those. They're pretty cool. That's LED, right?
Yeah, it's LED. I'll show you guys how big these light bulbs are. They're fucking massive. So this is one of the replacement bulbs, if you guys can see this, but it's huge.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's these are about $12 a piece. But yeah, I mean, tonight's been pretty active paranormally. Yeah, both of these light boxes, brand new from Amazon. I have one here, and the other one's off, and it's right behind me. And for the set, it was $55. So if you guys are YouTubers and you like to stream, they're really important to have. Leah said something now. What is going on? Yeah, it's no joke. I hung a picture frame from my wall and it fell down by itself. I didn't touch it. There's ghosts around me too. Yeah, I mean it's no joke. I think spirits are everywhere and there's some that are worse than others. But like I don't know what's going on tonight. This is absolutely blowing my mind. The dark cannot beat the good. Remove yourself. Absolutely. This is the power of God. By the power of God, our Father, Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thy is the kingdom, the power, and glory, forever and ever. Amen. But yes, I try to do the Lord's Prayer. I try to do the other prayers before, during, and every after investigation, because you never know what you could bring home with you if you're not careful. So did you? What else do you have to add to that, Atlantis?
Well, nothing right now, but I definitely hope to catch you again on a future stream.
Absolutely.
But my shift is over, so I'm going to go home and get some rest.
I hear you. I think I'm gonna try to go get some sleep here soon, if that's at all possible. So I think I'm gonna sign off too tonight. I had an absolute blast with everybody here on the channel. It's been an absolutely incredible night. Thank you guys for all of your love and support here on HSFL Paranormal. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Thank you so much for joining on. I hate closing the stream with 25 people in the stream, but I am exhausted now. It feels like my energy's been wasted and I am tired. I try to stay on as long as possible. We'll definitely do this again. If you guys want to have see more of this kind of live stream, then I'm going to try to do this every Wednesday. So make sure you guys are here every Wednesday, and I will do the call-in special. All right. You guys have a great rest of your night. Much love and light, my friends.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much.